Hey, there's Joe Sonical Disruptive. How are you? I am not so good today. As I'm sure everybody's heard, Eddie Van Halen has passed away today, and it doesn't even sound right. It's like these iconic legends of rock almost seem immortal. And in some ways, he is immortal because the music will live on for generations. His playing style, his everything he recorded, it's hard to put into words just how important his playing was to modern rock music. Um, Top three, I would go higher than that. I would say there is not a guitarist alive, like any genre of music you can think of, under the age of 55 who this guy has not influenced. Like 80% of the guitar players today probably picked up the guitar, in a large part due to Eddie Van Halen. His playing was, now, he could shred like nobody's business, great at that, but through all of that shredding, there was always just this great melodic sense that always kind of flowed through all of his solos and all of his work. And the rhythm playing that he gave us was so good, so unique. There was never anything standard, you know. Even if he was using a standard chord, there was always little bits and pieces that he would throw in there to make it unique, to make it him. And when you hear his guitar playing, you hear him. So while I don't know and never knew Eddie Van Halen, obviously, if you've ever heard him play, in a way you kind of do, because his guitar playing was so expressive. Um, you could put in Van Halen 1 today. It sounds incredible. It has stood the test of time like few other records. I can't think of anything else in 78 that sounds that fresh, that alive. There's nothing fits that at all. Nothing that goes back that far still has that drive. His tone, his playing had so much life, so much energy to it. It jumps out of the speakers and grabs you by the throat. Just such a immensely important musical figure in rock music. And like I said before, that importance cannot be overstated. As a fan of the guitar and somebody who dabbles in playing the guitar, he is been so influential to me as well. I'm a little bit of a couple generations younger than he was, and my favorite guitar players were, like Yngwie and George Lynch and kind of that era. But all those guys would have never even thought about picking up the guitar if it wasn't for Eddie Van Halen. Like I said, you go back and you listen to any of their music. Like it or not, you listen to his playing and there is no way you're not going to get enthralled by it. Mesmerizing, to say the least. Yeah, it just sucks. I don't have anybody personally in my close circle that I can talk to this stuff about. My family, I have kids and a wife who's considerably younger than me, and music isn't really a big part of their lives, and especially something like Van Halen, really they don't care. So I guess I'm just venting. So if anybody cares to listen to this, I appreciate it. I really do. And if anybody else has any feelings kind of on what a loss this is to the music community, comment, please. And yeah, I'll be cranking up some V.H for a while now. And yeah, man, such a killer guitarist in every aspect you could think of. Probably the best. I'm going to go so far as to say I like Eddie's playing better than Hendrix, personally. Far better than Clapton. I guess I never understood the Eric Clapton worship. He sounds fine, but his music never spoke to me, ever. I've never considered him on my personal Mount Rushmore of guitarists. Not, he would not be on there. Jimmy Page, some iconic riffs, yes. Obviously, classic player, but it's not anywhere near Eddie Van Halen as far as a player. My personal opinion. So, I can't think of anybody who I would put on his level quite. Steve Vai, Joe Satch, those guys, close for me. Yngwie is close for me. But just for his innovative style, he's on top, especially if you're talking hard rock guitar. He's at the top level. There's nothing better, and nobody's really created anything more substantial or have been able to build on what he has already done. A lot of the modern players are getting there. There's a lot of the tapping that many of the, great guitarists of the day are doing. That's mind-blowing. But for me, hard to beat Eddie, man. Hard to beat him. And I guess I'll stop babbling. I just wanted to say that it's a tough loss. It really is. And the weird thing is I don't know why these things hit so hard for certain people. Like I said, it's not somebody you know. I mean, maybe somebody out there does. For me, I do not know the man. Never met him. Same with somebody like Neil Peart. So why is it so difficult? And does it hit you so hard? Hard to explain, hard to put your finger on it, but it's like, just as a fan of some of this music, the music is a part of you, and in that way, the people who created the music becomes a part of you. So although you can still listen to the music, there's a little bit of you that feels like it's missing now. And that's all. Anyway, thank you for watching. See ya.